Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing here? Meow indeed. Alright, so congratulations to the winners of the Build Challenge India. They're announced in the video. I'm not going to say them in the event that people have not watched the video yet. But video is out. If you guys want to watch that, it's available. And if you do like it, please like it. That video is quite a lot of work there. And so congratulations to winners. Thank you to everybody who participated. Some really great builds there, and they're all very close. So that was a really good challenge. Enjoyed all that. And let's go ahead and I think I want to work on try to get some building done here. Let's go ahead, and I'm still trying to think about what I want to do for a new skiff. So I'm going to kind of look at the old skiff. I want to play with this, see if I can't get this kind of running better or running how I want. Just mostly the way it sits. But the other one I was working on the other day, the outboard, it's not really fast enough. So let's get game volume up. Everything turned down while I was playing Tarkov. So the problem with the skiff for Tethys is that it has to be pretty small. So this skiff's a little bit, this skiff's running a little bit better now. Not running great. Probably try to improve this one. Have a bunch of options, but the more options we have, the better. So this one's pretty small, and we'll see what I can do to fix this one up. I think that's what we'll start with. I want to get Tethys in the career game a little bit more, so we'll... I don't know why I switched benches, but for some reason I prefer this easterly bench to the westerly bench. We'll grab this one anyways. Alright, so let's see what I want to work on with this. Not thrilled with the way it is rolling. We do have, yep, we have bows in there. So let's see what I want, huh? Could add a tilt function on this, so let's look at that. Let's look at the stability system, see where this is getting stability from, right up here. Could add a tilt function on there to kind of flatten it out a little bit. So let's see. Bow fins. I have stern fins where I could do port starboard, I would say. That would help. So let's do that, I think. Just trying to get this thing kind of working a little bit better. Alright, so I think we're talking X, and it would be on an inversion normally. So let's go ahead and expand this a little. I think we'll go forward on it. So, stern fins are going to be stern fin port. And starboard. Of course, I didn't take my allergy pill before I started, so I'm going to have to go take that in a second. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll also... let's see, what is this? Stern fin port, if that's less than... Okay, that's anti-sub. I might be able to just see what I can do with just getting some roll on this. Okay, that's fine the way that's working. And then I think I'll probably do it with tilt. That goes there. Alright, so we'll grab a function block. Grab this function block here, so it'll be x plus y, y is y, try bud dry. Alright, so that's the port, and then we'll see if it's inverted or not. Alright, and then y, we'll do z. And then let's see, we want physics sensor, I believe it is. It's gotta be 16. If this one's 15, so that's gotta be 16. One is gonna have to be positive, one's gonna have to be negative. So we're just gonna hard connect them, and then we'll see what happens from there. Alright, and then what do we want? All this crap here. Okay. Cozy that in there. Nope, that goes here. Okay, come on. Go right there, please. And then this goes like so. And then we have rear altimeter. Actually, what we'll do is we'll just add a negative there, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and take... I don't need all this shit. Alright, let's go like that. Okay. So trying to just figure the best way to do this here. Take this. Go like that. One of these is gonna have to be negative. Alright, so we'll try that to give it a little bit of roll stability. And then we'll see if it's inverted or not to start with, so... Let's see, what do you need there? So that's going to be stern fin starboard, and this one's port, so... Should be reasonably, you know, it shouldn't be too rambunctious because it's pretty, pretty small, the pitch on those. Do a color swap, you dickhead. Just do that. Thank you. Alright, let's try that and see if this has better roll stability. Hello, Citrus. Congratulations. Yep. Yeah, you guys are really good center consoles. I like the outboards a lot. You know, might be some things you can do with to get your boat to float a little bit higher. But that's the only thing that you know, I really liked the design of yours. It was nice and compact. That was one thing that I thought was very cool, was how compact it was. Okay, so notice we're starting to roll. Let's make sure this is rolling in the correct direction. So I'm going to put an inversion in there, and then we'll see how this behaves then. So we'll come in here. Oh, clicked the wrong shit. All right, and then what we want here is let's do the negative Z here. And we'll do the positive Z here and see if it gets better or worse. So this is just adding roll to the pitch stability. The thing is, the lever arm is very short. So you see these are very close to the center line. So they would have to deflect very... they'd have to deflect a lot in order to make any changes. The benefit of that is it's not going to be super unnaturally flat. If they were further out, they wouldn't need as much deflection, and so therefore they would, you know, they would have a longer lever arm. Okay, so see, this is getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So that means they were correct the first time. All right, so good. So it gives it a natural movement. Like if it's too solid, like concrete, it's not all that natural. So kind of like the boat to behave a little bit naturally. So that confirms that we had it right the first time. Good. All right, so that is all set in there. So that gives it a little bit more stability. I'm just going to grab a quick linear here. I want to see what the... I can't remember what the speed on this Johnny is, so I want to see what that is. Because ideally, you know, the skiff should be faster than Tethys, so the Tethys can continue on route, and then this will later catch up. Like, Remora is very fast. Remora goes like 50 knots or something, and so when Triton is going 20 knots, Remora can go out, do a rescue, come back, meet with Triton, catch up to it. So I want to be able to catch up with Tethys with my skiff. So like this is going, okay, this is going 40 and change, so 44 knots maybe. What is it? 21, so 21.2 times 2.2, 46 knots. So this is fast, so this will catch up with Tethys. So we got a little bit of roll, which is fine, a little bit of listing. It's, you know, it's pretty natural, so. I just want it to be natural. Let's kick on some wind. I want to see what the performance with this is. Let's shut off day-night cycle. Yeah, so this performs pretty well, so we'll go back to using this one. Yeah, I like the other one, but it's just not fast enough. Yeah, this performs well. What are we up to on wind? That's 40. Let's do, as long as they get 50% wind, I'm happy. As long as it's behaving with that. Yeah, the deck becomes a little bit washed with water, but I have to go into glitches to get that to stop, or I have to raise the deck up one, and the boat gets really tall. So that functions really well. Like you can see, even going into the wind, which is the greatest likelihood of flying. We do this, we skip over, but it still behaves itself pretty well. So can't steer when I'm not in the water though. So we would slow down IRL. So what's the point of measuring your speed in knots? Because that's how you would measure speed in knots in real life. Boats operate in knots. Statute miles are on land, knots are on the sea. That's the point of it. Also, I'm most familiar with knots. So let's see, skiff. That's why I do it. Skiff. There we go. All right, so let's use this as Tethys skiff. And if I come up with something better, I'll use that. But this is refine this a little bit, kind of fix some of the issues I was having with it. All right. let's see what do we want to do next here. So that's pretty good. That will work. See if there's anything else I've been wanting to build for that. Trying to see what my recent builds look like. What else do I want to work on? Yeah. Worked on the tug a little bit. That's kind of up to snuff, I think. See one block that needs to be fixed on it. Let's do that while I'm here. That should be... There we go. All right. So let's do I'm trying to do a little bit of work on Tethys every time I get in here. That way, you know, it'll get done eventually. So I think lighting's the next thing we really need. So let's go ahead and bring in my lighting panel. There's the RGB light dimming tutorial. Alright, and then... So one thing we could do that'd be kind of cool is put a night sensor on there. Yeah, you know, for sea and for air stuff, you would generally use knots. Meters per second is good for, you know, just because it's, you know, standard metric unit. But, you know, airplanes generally operate in knots. You know, as a pilot, I know knots. So I know what 120 knots looks like. I don't know what is 1.94? So 120, stop. 120 divided by 1.94. I don't know what 61 meters per second looks like off the top of my head, but I know what, you know, 120 knots looks like. You know, and that's the important thing with the units. Like, I work better in feet for aviation reasons, so I know what 1,000 feet above the ground looks like. I don't know what, you know, it would be in meters. You know, it doesn't, visually, like, if you said the meters, I would be like, what? You know, so, like, a lot of, like, Soviet aircraft will use meters for their altitude, and, you know, like, I can conceptualize what 11,000 pounds of fuel would be like in an airplane. It's harder for me to conceptualize, you know, it's about half, but, you know, the 4,000 kilograms of fuel would be, you know, so it's just the units that I'm most used to. Plus, I try to keep them, like, I generally operate in miles an hour on land. You know, kilometers an hour isn't too bad to conceptualize, but that's just not what I'm used to. So if I'm going to make, for example, if I make a European or a Soviet vehicle, I'll do kilometers per hour on the speedometer. If I'm making a US vehicle, it's usually going to get miles per hour in the vehicle. So I also try to keep them accurate to where they are. Yeah, would have been nice to see Mr. G, but it's, you know, it's good for... It will be even better when he comes back, you know, so. How's it going, Owl? Good to see you. Yeah, I'll take a look at your build again. Let me see. Yeah, the only thing you could probably do is glitches, I would think. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it just by going to the Discord. I just deleted them all off. I had all of the builds on, and then I just deleted them off. You get that. Yeah, there's you know, it's tough to get the hulls to look precise when you're doing that. Let's just go. I can add that really quickly in a second. All right, so let's look at citrus. I thought I deleted them all off. Oh, I have the subscriptions. I don't have the. I did hard copy saves. So, like, yeah, let's see. So yeah, he's wedged in. So he's got wedges. He's got wedges in the bottom. Yeah, so it's tough with the. It's tough with you know, the thin hull here. You know, I don't know what it'll look like. Like, yeah, it's nice and low profile. I'm trying to think. Curious. Let's try something. What's the mass on this? Mass is 1261. So let's try something. So do you have any microcontrollers in here? Citrus, yeah, right there. Okay. What are those? Those are 1x2s. Let's look at the 1x2s here. What do they weigh? One. So these are the same as half blocks, essentially. That's why I don't usually use 1x2s, is they're just the same as half blocks. Let's go like that. I hope there wasn't anything there, but I think we'll be alright. 1x4. Yeah, 1x4s are 2s. Yeah, so those are quarters to do that. Let's see. So what do you? 1276 you had, right? So 1276. Okay, and then let's save this. Did I click save? I thought I clicked save. Why isn't it bringing up the prompt? No, because I'm not the top. Okay. Alright, and then let's do... Where are you at there? Right there, center of gravity. So let's just put it, I'll put it on the deck for now. Why can't that fit there? Oh, the seat. Okay. What's here? Anything? Nope. Okay. Okay, that's a wedge. Where is the CG on the sucker? That's in the microcontroller. That's not helpful there. Just trying to see what the glitch would do. Just curious myself, so let's go in here. You know, like if I really want it to look realistic, I'll go ahead and just glitch it out because that's what's going to give you the best performance. You know, it sucks that you have to, but you know, you don't have to, of course, but that is something that can be done. Like, here we go. Did I save that? I didn't save it, so I gotta load it back in. Okay. Yes, modify. Alright, where are you at there? Fuel factor 0.99. Oh, piss off. Go right where I had you, you scumbag thing. Why it won't scroll normally is annoying. Ah, that's too much. Let's say 200. Save. What is going on here? There we go. It's a little off center too, so. Alright, so 200 is fine. Let's go to... Let's try 6. So essentially what I'm trying to do is you had it at 1276, so if we get it down to like 1100 probably, and then I added a ton of weight blocks in the bottom to delete off, and that way it will give it even better performance, you know, from a weight standpoint, but it will, we can hopefully get it to float higher, like that. Look at that bad boy there, Citrus. Like, I know I put no glitches in the challenge, but now, of course, that it's done, do whatever the fuck you want with it. But, like, that is pretty good. Like, look at that. That's about money right there, honey. That's some money, honey, right there. I do, like, you know, one of the things that I talk about helped Citrus out the most was the, you know, where or let's put it this way. He gained an extra point with his workshop page that, you know, it would have been a 3-way tie. You know, and so that helped a lot. So, like, the fuel valves, you know, and then I remember where it is because of the picture, you know. Like, let's see how it behaves with the, it all glitched out. Did I start? Oh, I didn't start. Yeah, okay. So, like, that gets rid of the wash on deck, but it's going to be really light probably because of that. So, we probably want to add maybe a little bit of weight block in the front, or pull some out of the stern, but that is that gets rid of all the wash on deck. So that is helpful, I think. So it's up to you, of course, but, you know, like if you wanted it to get rid of the wash on deck, that's how you do it, you know. Like that gets rid of the wash on deck. So pretty much all I'm doing is, for those who don't know how the glitch works, is by putting the rocket motor in there, the fuel has a mass, and so the mass is whatever it is. And if you put in a negative mass, you're subtracting mass, and it allows you to move weight where you want to. So I'm putting heavy weight down low to keep the performance well so it doesn't tip over. And then, because what it's doing is it's deleting the total mass of the boat. So let's say I added 700 mass to this boat. Well, it already needed to lose about 100 mass to not have the water on deck. So now I need to delete, it's not a one-to-one, so I need to delete about 800 mass to get it to do it. But then the boat would be too light, and the boat would be so light that it would want to flip over and everything, so adding the weight helps it. So, but that like gets rid of the wash on deck citrus, so I'll save a copy of this if you want it. But too far from dock to get it back. But that's what the glitch is, if anyone's interested. You know, that's all it is. You're essentially putting in a negative fuel value. Fuel weighs something, so it allows you to, like, here's my extreme example of the glitch. So let's do. So this one here is my rescue boat test. And so, like, this boat is very, you know, it doesn't have a lot of hull underwater. And I've added an absolute insane amount of weight blocks. And so this allows you to move the weight where you want. And so this one is ultra stable. So like if we spawn it, you'll see ultra stable because the weight is super, super low. So it puts the center of gravity very low, and it has the rocket glitch in there so that it subtracts the entire mass. So the problem we have in game is, like, when they would build this hull, the hull itself would be very heavy. The superstructure would be pretty light. The problem is we have the same blocks for both our hull and for the superstructure. And we already lack a bunch of buoyancy. So the problem is you can't just put a ton of weight blocks in the bottom of a small boat and have it float correctly. It would sink. And then all of this is super heavy compared to what it would really be. Like, say, for example, if we had steel blocks, you put the first layer of steel, then aluminum, and then styrofoam. And so, you know, let's say the regular block weighs 1. Let's say steel weighs 2. So you'd have two mass, 1 mass, and then you'd have, I don't know, 0.1 mass up here. And so this would essentially weigh nothing. That gives it to you. So that's essentially all I'm doing here with that. But that's what the rocket glitch does. So sometimes, you know, if you want it, like this boat would be completely washed without the glitch. But like, look how stable it is just with those weight blocks, because it has this really super heavy keel. But that's what the rocket glitch is all about. Now let's bring Tethys back in. Let's read some of his chat. Yep, pimp up your ride. How's it going there, Aaron? Good to see you. Let me try to catch up. I think I'm off on chat a little bit here. I said hi to Owl, I think. Mass is essentially kilograms. You know, it's not a one-to-one necessarily, but for all intents and purposes, I just consider it kilograms, you know. You know, for aviation, I think most of the world does it, essentially it's off of English, so it's pounds. You know, and so for small airplanes, you'll do gallons, and large airplanes, you'll do pounds, because that's what matters in a larger airplane is the pounds of the fuel. So we do everything in pounds. Yep, now you can glitch them. Oh, on my boat, yeah. So here's so like. So what do you want me to do? Can you remove the weight and rockets? Okay, yeah. So like off this boat, if I remove the weight and rockets, so like here's weight going. Oh shit, I got symmetry on. That's not gonna be helpful. And then where's the rocket in this sucker? I'm trying to remember where I put it. Well, the hell's rocket in it, huh? I think I might have two. Right here's one, and I think I have another one in the bow. Yep, right there. Okay. Let's see. So that's no rocket there, and that is, where the hell is it? So most of my stuff I don't glitch, but every once in a while I want a really like low profile boat. I'll end up glitching. So this is it without any weight and without any rockets. So you notice it's about 50-50. It doesn't want to roll up as quickly. The deck is washed on deck, so it's sitting a little bit low in the water. You know, so more of the boat's in the water, and you know, it's definitely not as stable. Like you saw how stable it was, and then I'll put the weight blocks back on. You can see, like, so now it's much more tippy. But the so like if I did it with the, let's see, rescue. So like if I deleted the rockets and did not delete the weight, you could see the difference. So that's kind of just concentrating the mass where I want it. All right, so like this is with the weight blocks left in there. Without the rockets. Yeah. All right, let's grab Tethies. All right, we'll do some lighting. Could you move the weight? Yeah, okay, I did that. FV Pisces, which one's this one? Oh, that was that was good. I like that one. I'm trying to remember all the names. That was Leroy's. Yep, I like the name, the FV Pisces. That was a cool name. It did well. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a good boat. It was nice, and it looked kind of like a commercial boat, which I liked. That was fun. It's a good boat. They're all very close. You know, the top ones were very close as usual. They're usually pretty close. Like that's why we end up with ties. Is they're pretty close. You know. Let's see, light. Getting distracted by my allergies too. I'm gonna go take my stuff. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do here is we'll do. Let's see. Trying to decide how I want to do these. I might do each level, and then I need to put in a player sensor. So let's go ahead and put a player sensor on here. Okay, so this is going to be RGB light dimmer. So I think I'll do each level plus a player sensor. Alright, so what do we have here? We have 1 to 3. 3 is reset. Alright, and then I think what I'll do is I'll add a player sensor to it. Player sensor, okay, and then we'll come in here is we'll take the player sensor. And if the player sensor is not detected, that will reset the switch. So it'll put us on reset if the player is not detected. And then You can always tell which ones are from my tutorials because I don't hide my lines. And then when it's for me, I hide my lines because I don't care where they go. I just don't want it to be messy. All right, so that's gonna fix that. All right, let's go ahead and we'll fix the paint. Okay, now we'll hook this in. So we'll see if I need more than that, but that will kind of set us up. So, all right, and then I can duplicate these out. So, all right, so we'll do the bridge level here. Probably right. Let's turn on symmetry just so I can get a line in a bit when I need it. Right there. Make sure that's not killing anything on the roof. It is not. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and then we'll take the player sensor. So the player sensor's job is just shut the lights off when I leave the level. So I'll have to turn them back on every time I go down the level, but that's not a big deal. We'll put them up by the staircase. And so we can have multiple switching too, so that's good. And then this will go. So which way is the door? Open that way, so put it right here. So kind of want them at the doorways here. Oh, piss right off. There we go. All right. That's this level's. Did I grab the original? No, good. It's like, please, hopefully I made a copy and I didn't grab the original because then I have to put it all back together and move it. All right, that's good. So we'll go to the next level. Kind of housekeeping here. I don't have any lights on this, so it's a pain in the ass every time I have to go somewhere. I have no lights. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do in this front section. I might just put like a little seating area or something in there. Okay, so let's grab this light. Probably put 2 down here. Go right there. Make sure that's not killing anything that I don't want it to. Nope, that's good. And then, let's see, back here. Nope, that's good there. Gotta be a little meticulous with how I do this so I don't screw up and miss colors. Okay, good. And then player sensor here. Let's see, what do we want to set this to? This one we'll just make it hemisphere. 5 meters should be fine. This is just a small area in here. Okay, that's good. And then down here, let's go ahead and move that in. Okay. Okay, that's good. Right, and then I want 2 control panels probably, one at each part of the stairwell maybe, or one here. So I need to duplicate this. So that whichever way I come up, I can control the lights. So let's see. That is what? 1. That is going to be, so what's that? 4? I'm missing 3. Okay. So 1, was it 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4? Okay. So we'll just do them in order here. So that's be 5, 6, 8. 8. Okay, 5, 6, 8. That way these can go together. And then we'll just add them in here. then I'm going to copy this again. All right, 1. Why is that? Why did I get a NOR? 4. There we go. Put a NOR in there. I'll be like, what the Christ is going on here? Let's see. That's good. What are the other ones? Other ones would be 6, 8. Backwards again, of course. Do I have backwards? Let's see. 8's a dim, so 8's got to be there. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Alright, that will set up that. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and copy this here instead. Set that one up for the next one. Okay, good. All right, let's put these panels in. It's maybe right. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that's 1. Come on, flicky ass camera, don't do it. Oh, that's the hinge of the door? Okay. Okay, we'll check this level. This level especially needs to be checked. All right, where's my stack? We'll put this in the stack. Power this all up too. Stacks are good for hiding stuff. Let's do some we'll keep on infinite electricity for now, and we'll test it out. Just want to see what's going on. All right, let's go. Infinite electricity is on, so we test out the lighting here. All right, come in this room. Should be detected by the player sensor, so let's check it. Be detected, we are. Okay. Lights on. Okay, yay. This one I didn't hook up, but lights on. We can dim it. We can brighten it. So there's brighter. There's dimmer. We can go red. We can shut it off ourselves, or if I get out of range. So, out of range. Should be out of range. Can't see it, of course. Why would I? You fucker. Oh. I can no clip in there. No clip. My body's actually not here, so. And then I actually have to click the button to get it to go back up, so. I could pulse it off and then pulse it back on. Could do that. That's a thought. But, yeah, it's pretty set up. Okay. I don't mind having to hitting the light button as I go through. A little jarring sometimes when they auto come on. Let's go panels, lights, light, light, panel, and then where's the hot bus? Let's see what's hot bust. You're a hot bust here. So these robotic pivots, I believe, are hot bust. Yep, all that's hot bust. So lighting's going to the hot bus, so that will go there. Alright, so for the most part, that's set up there. I need to go composite, and I need to grab... Where the hell is the... This one here, right there, goes to there. Okay, good. Alright, so that should set up the lights there nicely, and then we have the next level, so I need to fix some of this. So player sensor comes in here. Let's delete this. I guess it did get deleted. Okay. Nope, is it in here? No, I guess it got deleted. The old one. Okay, and then we want RGBs. Okay, I'll merge all that up. This will be kind of the package, and then I'll save one on deck so I can add it to my repertoire. Alright, go next level down. Alright, this one's good. These are all independent rooms, so these are going to have their own lighting, which that's fun. But the hallways, the main areas are going to get this kind of more automated system, and then those are going to have... They might have the same system, actually. Just run the same system. Alright, let's see. We need RGB light all the way to the end of this hall. We'll do 3 of these in here, so that's going to be mid-line there. And right by this door there. And of course, this one's going to have to be different. That's fine. Alright, that's good there. And we'll just do end of halls on these. This can go. And then we'll see if I need more than one player sensor down here. Okay. Alright, and then we'll probably want a panel on this wall right here. Right off of this, so that as we go downstairs, we can click it. And then we want one on the other entrance. I'm gonna probably put an auto on this level just because we have a we have to come down the staircase too, but this will allow me to change the lights if I want to change them. Might put a timing system in here for red. I probably should have for the time of day. So if it's night, they might go auto red. I haven't decided if I want to do that yet. Alright, so that's good. And then where do we have space? Under the stairwell now. Put that in the stack again. Okay. See if what I have for space. This stack is also stairwells, so this one doesn't have as much space as the other stack does. so this will be, what's that? That is the RGB lights. That goes there, 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 and then we have the player sensor, which is there. Okay, good. Electricity, there, and you will go up one to there. Okay, good. And panels need to be knocked into. So panel there, panel there. I think that's good. Check that level. Oh, yeah. So if we come in this door, we can go ahead and click the lights on. We leave the level, the lights will shut off. I'll put in stairwell lighting too. Then we click this on when we come in. Click it to red. If we want red, I might put auto on. That's gonna be a pain in the ass having a, yeah, see, like every time I have to come down, I have to do that. So I might auto on them. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably auto on them. Alright, let's put some auto ons on this. So let's see. So we'll quickly fix those up. Okay. Quickly grab this so I can put it on the other ones. Alright, so this one should auto on now. I'll probably just put complete auto ons in the stairwells, just, you know, make them white or reds. Alright, so the level below is on auto on, so. Alright, there's auto on, and then we can still click them over to red if we want, theoretically. No, why not? Oh, because it's constantly pulsing. Why is it constantly pulsing? Interesting. Let's look at it. You know what I might do? This is going to be a pain in the balls, but I might do it. I might change these up. Let's expect to do that. Let's do that. Let's grab this one and fix them, because this is going to be an absolute disastrous pain in the ass to do. Let's copy this. Make this the one master one, then I can just swap them out. So let's go do this. All right. So let's see. I need a clock. Let's make it. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's make it a 4-bang like this. Let's do a number input clock. Okay. Does a physics sensor have clock? Can't remember if physics sensor put time on there or not. XYZ, Euler, linear. No. Okay. That's alright. Just saving me one block. It's not the end of the world. Alright. Let's see. And then this will be the clock. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this bullshito. You know, set the times I want. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I don't think it... See, the thing is, I don't think it reads out that raw data. I have to put a dial on there to read out the raw data. No, I don't think it reads out the raw data, so I'll have to put a dial on this. I have it on a buoy, but I don't want to bring the buoy up to get the conversion. I'll just do the conversion here. Yeah, see, like this is at 11:39 is 0.49, so 0.5 is noon. So like if we were to go to midnight, midnight should be 1. So what time is dusk, essentially? So let's say 5. 5 will switch over. Yeah, 5. So let's see what 1700 is. 1700 is 0.70. So we'll say 0.7. And then let's go, what's our daylight, essentially? Our dawn. So 7. So 0.3 and 0.3 and 0.7. Okay, 0.3, 0.7. 0.3 and 0.7. All right. So let's see. 0.3, 0.7s. All right, 0.3 and 0.7. It's gonna be daylight. So let's see. So whatever 1 is, where's 1? 1's right here, so 0.3, 0.7 is gonna do this one. And then we have not. Right there, okay. So that's gonna be color. And then we want, do I even put the panels? I'm gonna leave the panels in for that. Yeah. Hopefully I don't regret doing that this way. Those can all stay. Okay, and we'll do player sensor and ands. One job there to get them in the right spot. There we go. So let's see, not X. And W. Okay, not X and W. All right, so then we still have the dimmers on there, so you can still dim the lights, but they're going to be auto on-offs essentially, so that works. Okay. So that will work. Let's see, let's plug this system bit in the way it should be. So this is now player sensor for this level. We'll test out this level, and then I'll get on from there. So. And then we need composites, need to go RGB lights on this level. And then the panels are talking to each other here, and then this one goes to there. Okay, let's spawn it and check them out. So this level here should work on day-night cycle. and it should auto on off. So that's just going to be a lot more convenient, I think. It's going to be too much of a pain in the ass that me having to turn the lights on all the time. Okay, let's see why you're not coming on now. Make sure I'm detected. I am. Okay. So I didn't merge it. I didn't merge this, that's why. Okay. All right, so reds, and then if we move the time up, they go white, and then we can still bright dim them, so we can still dim them. And then if I go up, does it keep the dim level? I think it does. So if I come down, yep, it keeps the dim level. So I can set them, and every time I come up, they won't be reset. And then go through the day, yada, 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 and then we come up to 5 p.m. and bingo, reds. So auto set up there. I like that better. Certain builds, it makes more sense for me to auto, to me do them manually. Other builds, it doesn't make any sense. All right, let me read some chat here. Let's see. Catch up on thy chat. I cluelessly saw a Tarkov vid and clicked on live. Can somebody help me know what I'm watching? Stormworks. It says it right in the description. When you click on a live video, it will show you what it is. Because I linked the game to it. So here I'll show you. Like if you, real simple here. If you look right here in the video, it says right here what game it's playing. Stormworks Build and Rescue right there. Building vehicles. 2,000 hours for Mr. Shorty, yeah. Wish I could get rid of the... I put one emoji in, and now I can't get rid of the friggin' my chat box in the bottom. It's annoying, it doesn't go away. Alright, good. So that is... I think that's going to be a better lighting system here, so that's good. Let's go ahead and we'll dupe this out. So we have, what, 3 layers, so 3 levels so far, so I need to fix all these. I'll leave the push buttons in there. I'll probably get rid of them at some point, but they're in there for now. So this is going to be, I'll label these up. So this is bridge deck. Bridge deck, okay. I don't know what I'll call the next deck. RGB lights on the bridge right there. We need the player sensor. And then the clock goes into the general clock there, and then the panel comes in from the bridge right there. Okay. Alright, so that level's done. This is going to be the RGB lights on this one. The player sensor on this level here. The panels are going to be... which one? It doesn't matter, really. Right there. Okay. So these two are good to go, so... let's see. Deck under bridge. Okay. We'll, all right, there we go, and that's gonna go in here. All right, good. That is in, and then we have, what was that? This dial can go, yeah. This one's gonna be the for the next level there. So it's gonna be the living deck essentially. Giggity. Did I hook that one up? I did, I believe. All right, so this needs to go down. We'll just stick it somewhere in the hull here. I'll stick it up here, actually. Throw it. Stick it in the stack. Yep, we got a place for it here. I don't know why the clock has a arrow facing forward. It doesn't really matter directionally, but it do. All right, so that's in. I could even put it in the bridge somewhere, but I'll do it later. Let's quickly just run through, check all those lights. All right, so we should be, nighttime essentially. So come on in. Yay, red lights. Yay, lights. And we'll check the last floor. We'll just change the time to. All right, yay, white lights. Why are you on red? What? Why is that one on red? Okay. Did I not hook? Oh, I didn't hook the RGBs up to that level. What? I did. Okay. Why is middle level not? Oh, it's probably the timer. Because it's showing 0. Showing 0, so that would be what? Okay, good. So that's set up. So that should work fine. Okay, good. Let's save that. A little bit something that makes Tethys a little bit more usable. All right, let's add something to the crane I've been meaning to add. So I have a lock here, and I want to put a lock here. So we'll essentially just copy this. Copy, yes, sir. What is that hitting now? That won't work. No, it won't go there. Okay, screw it then. Needs to have the block clear, which is silly. All right. All right, what else? What else do we need to get this? I want to kind of get back into the career game here, so I think we're pretty good. I'll go and just delete this. I'll grab it out of here later. Stop symmetry. Stop your bullshit. There we go. What is this? I want that off deck. Bow crane. Okay. I have a place to hide this for now. Let's stick it down in the fuel tanks. Stick it in the fuel tanks where everything goes. Why did I send it down to the basement? I could cover these fins too. That would be something to do. All right, let's cover these fins. Let's check them. Do a little XML here. What's that? That is 13. Okay, 13. I need a 13 banger. I do not think I have a 13 banger. There I do. Excellent. Look at that. That helps. Okay, so let's actually save Tethys again. Let's open up the 13 banger. And then shit and a shit and a shit. I don't think I have that color saved, so let's go ahead and I need to grab this color of the hull. Okay, now let's open the 13 banger. Alright, and we'll color. Oh, stop. Pressed exit on OBS, which that's not good. Luckily, it asked me if I want to exit. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm so paranoid now, touching things that after I just almost closed down OBS. So this is why I still like doing XML on a lot of the build challenges. It's like little stuff like this, like hiding ugly stuff, Like, you know, we have to use fins sometimes to just get things to behave properly, and so it's like, you know, I was talking about this, you know, back, like when the build challenge started, was like, you get a bunch of people who want rule changes who never end up participating anyways, and it's the same thing happened this time. Is a couple people who were like being a big pain in the ass in the beginning. They wanted to build things that weren't within the scope. They wanted all these rule changes, and then they ended up not bending anyways. And it's like, so that's one of the reasons why I tend to not bend in that stuff, is they tend to be the people who don't end up even participating anyway, and it's like, change a ton of rules for them, and then they don't even want to submit something. So it's like, you know, I don't know if they're trolling or they're just like, whatever. But, all right, let me check Tethy's to-do list, see what's in there. See if refreshing gets rid of that emoji menu in YouTube. It does. Okay, good. All right, let's see. Tethy's needs a bunch of shit, so. All right, AP nav, speed depth monitor. Let's put that in. So I have one of those on the fishing boat has it, I believe, right? Let's see. Did I save Tethy's? I don't know, man. I keep forgetting. How's the fishing boat? Oh, has it been that recent? That far since I worked on it? Yeah, I guess I haven't added anything to it in a while. There it is. I haven't added anything to it in a while, I guess. I think this one has the right depth speed monitor on it. That was like when, you know, this was my example for the challenge, and it was like, you know, it's one of the reasons why I started with it kind of on the big side, was for the very purpose that, you know, wanted to make sure it floated correctly, so kind of did that right off the bat. Let's see, where are we at here? And then what do we have? Bat, systems. Okay, systems. This is the one right here. Okay. That be the one I want. So where is it? I believe it's this one. So that is speed heading and that is bearing panel. So I need both of them essentially. Oh, come on, you devil. Come on. Oh, what the fuck? What do we have here? Let me see. Anchor. Oh, where is it? Jesus Christ, where did you go? There, it's right here. These two. Okay. Good lordy, man. Okay. Trying to get the ship mostly usable. You know, there's still some things that kind of need to be done to get it where it's really useful for the career build series. Autopilot. I don't know what I'm going to put in there for an autopilot. Which one yet? Because I'm changing the way, like, Triton had some guy made some really good Lua panels that I liked, but at this point he's not doing them anymore, and I tend not to try not to use anyone else's stuff, so it's kind of the dealio on that. Okay, then bearing panel I'll deal with later, but let's see. Date on this one. This one needs distance sensor in the hull, so let's see. Did I put a distance sensor in the hull yet? I did not. So let's see, we have and I don't think a distance sensor needs electricity, does it? It does, okay. Wow, I almost cut the physics sensor out. That would have sucked. That was one off. All right, let's see. Right there, and then what else do we need in here? We need speed heading. Speed heading. Physics sensor, okay. Alright, so that now gives us be able to report our speed and our headings. That helps me because I had no heading readout before, so that was not great. Okay, and then what are you? You're the bearing panel. Okay. And what do you need for info? You need heading hold, you need monitor touch, and physics sensor. Get you the physics sensor there, guy. What are you? You are the steering stability controller. Oh, that's going to... What is this all about? Interesting. Does this really go into the rudders? No, this is just stability. Okay, I'm not doing steering stability through here. It's going to end up going through something else. Let's feed my rudders right now. Rudder controls, okay. So that's redundant at the moment. So let's cut that out of there. This is just stability controller, complete stability controller. So that's bow fins, stern fins. Okay, so that's fine. Seats coming out. Shit, I don't want to do that. If I move those, that's a big pain in the ass. Just leave it like this. Take the seat out. Stability controller. Okay, let's just do that for now. Okay. Gotta put it midships. And then we'll put it in the fuel tank. Alright, nice. That's in the fuel tank now. Get that out of the way. I'll quickly just give it a check here. Make sure everything's running right on that. Let's see. Okay, good. Lights on. Alright, good. So we have knots, we have heading, we have depth. So that's helpful information. Probably put a backup compass right there, maybe. Or put it on the posts. I haven't decided yet. Alright, good. So that's helpful. Alright, let's see. What else do we want to do on this that I need? I'm going to keep checking the list here. So, speed depth monitors in. Index, piston, and prop RPM. Okay, we'll do that. Wow, stop flicking camera, you scum. Gotta drop the DPI down. Gotta find a comfortable DPI for stormworks. The problem is when I'm in the editor, I want a lower DPI. Piston port RPM. So piston is gonna be 72. So we'll say 100's not bad on that. Okay. Piston port, piston starboard, those are fine. It's the other ones that are off. And then these should be 1,000. Okay, that's better. Alright, that can be checked off. Nice. Harbor gen will work later. Fix yaw power. Crane. Okay, aft position lock. Can't do that. So just delete that. I can't put an aft position lock in without deleting a block. I don't want to delete. Actually, I could probably delete that block. Let's delete that block. I probably can delete that block. Because I don't think I see that block anyway. Yeah, I don't. That's not a visible block, so I can delete that. So let's go ahead and delete it. Yeah, this block is not visible anyway, so let's go ahead and move this. So this will let me lock my crane in the aft position too. And then let's check it, make sure this isn't looking wrong. Okay, good. And then, oh, come on, man. I didn't copy it. I cut it. annoying when I do that. Yeah, I can fix it. Alright. Check electricity. Alright, and then what do we want to do here? I want to find... Okay, that's fine. It does it there. Alright, perfect. So that can now lock in the rear, so let's quickly check that. So the crane will lock in this position. Oh, don't miss the boat, you scum. Or it can lock in the aft position along the rail. I don't see the block now. Did it not get fucking put in? Where is it? I don't see it. Nope, it's there. It's just not locking. There we go. You lock? Okay, it locked it. Alright, good. So now this locks in the rear position too, like that. So it can lock across or it can lock forward. Because if I'm moving, I can't move the crane and get it back to position. It's just not powerful enough. I got to figure something out. But yeah, that's good. So that's aft position lock is good. Galley beds. Yeah, let's do one stateroom. That way I can, if I end up trying to get a mission, I can at least lay down and get the mission going. So let's do Triton. Where's the stateroom? Stateroom. Okay. Just grab this for now. I'll probably build something custom and different later, but just need some beds in there, so want it to not look completely donkey. Alright, so this is gonna be the captain's stateroom here. Alright, so that at least lets me go lay down, sleep for to get a mission popped up. Alright, what else do I need? So we continue that. Lightings, I'm working on lightings. Galley, you would need to do that later. Let's see, GPS nav would be cool to have in, but I think I'm just going to manually control the ship for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and... everything's cleared off the deck pretty much. Alright, good. So let's go ahead and save this one more time, and then I'm going to quickly go get a coffee, use the facilities while I load up the... what do you call it? The career save. And maybe we'll do sufficient today. We'll figure it out. Let me see if I can find it. Where's the coffee break one? Alright, good. This one got screwed up. Let's see. It's the different size, so let's put it on this one. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to load up the career save, and then I'm going to go grab a cafe. And we'll be ready to go, I think. So let's load that up. Alright, be right back. Alright, I forgot what the hell was going on here at the, we got all these, from the multiplayer game, all these people stuck here. So, let me see, how the hell do I get rid of them? That's the question. Does anyone know how to get rid of people if they're in your multiplayer game? Because it's now a single player game and they're all stuck here. I don't know. Let's see. Crap. Might have just been that I should have waited till they logged off to get rid of them, but let's see. Let me see if I can find some console controls for this. There we go. Let me see if this was... Stormworks player avatar still. Let's see. Can I just find the console controls? Where the hell? Okay. Saves current worlds, kicks... Okay, kicks the specified player by ID. Let's see if I can find them by ID and kick them out. Okay, kick... Let's see if I can kick player 1. So, question mark... Kick 1. So let's try kick player 1. Maybe if I expel, that would help. Jesus Christ. Let's do this. Trying to get rid of their avatars here. Make sure I save that. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, this sucks that I can't get rid of them. Does anyone have any insight into this? Yeah, probably I can't do anything with them though, that's the problem. See? Wonder if I could get them to load in. But, and then get out. Citrus, you want to try this with me? Who else's avatar is here? Let's see if we can get you guys to drop out. If not, it's not a big deal. I can go back to the other save and just throw some money at myself. Let's actually try something. Okay, let me try this, guys, before we do any of that bullshit. I'm going to go to the main menu. So I'm loading it as a single-player game. I'm going to load it up as a multiplayer game. Nobody try to get in. What I'll do is I'll see if I can boot them from the multiplayer game and then save it again. So let's try that. I'll try that. So let's see. Let's just do this. Do this while I'm doing password bullshit. Alright, so I'm going to see if this will, if I can boot them this way, because currently that's a single-player game, so I think their characters are stuck in the single-player game, because I saved it as that opened as a single-player game. So what my thought process is, if that's a single-player game, I'm not going to have access to any of the console commands for multiplayer, and so if I load it as a multiplayer game, I might be able to use some console commands to boot their asses or interact with them. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. So now I have access to these jackalopes. All right, good. So let's see if I can boot them out this way. Okay. Okay, so that's not working. I could probably kill them now, but that would make sense. Let's see. I never do these, so that's why it's a pain in the ass. I don't know if I... Okay, let's see. Tilde key. I know the enter. Okay. So kick. Okay, so I'll just do a little bit of the old violence here. We'll do a little of the old violence. Is there a weapon I can bludgeon them to death with? All right, let's grab this shit. So that's what the issue was their avatars actually aren't in game when their avatars aren't actually in game when you know, when I load them up as single player. Now I can actually interact with them, so. That's what I hate with some of these things is like, as a Tarkov player, I hit headshots, and it's like one headshot's a dead shot, and I gotta kill them multiple times. All right, so they're gonna be gone in 9 minutes. All right, good. That will work. All right, so I'm just gonna play in this world, and then go ahead and save it up after that. Okay. All right, toss all that shit overboard. All right, good. So that will work. Probably regret just dumping that shit like the way I did it, but whatever. All right, so I have my daily dose of kind of an interesting interaction on Reddit of so if you do the F1 key, you get all your information here, and so you have your performance. All right, so if you look up there, I'm getting 155 frames per second. That is like a normal game's frames per second. That is me running around. That is me getting that. So I went up to 184 there, okay? So I'm getting plenty of frames. Now, you got to look at the logic frames. So they're capped at, I believe, 62. This is what causes slowdown in the game. So instead of causing desync where one player flies left, right, and like you literally teleport like 100 feet in front of yourself, it would not be a good idea for this. Now, you still get it in multiplayer games, but the problem is, let's say you're flying an airplane, and because your system is struggling, you teleport 100 feet in front of or behind of the airplane. Now you're screwed. Okay, so what the game does instead is it puts you in slow mode. All right, now this person, you know, they made the classic argument that, oh, I can play other games fine. I should be able to play this low poly game. It has nothing to do with the look of the game. This is just the looks of the game. All right, that's your GPU. We're talking your CPU here where you have your physics logic. Okay, so like if I launch Triton, my logic will go down. If I'm at, let's actually move there. For some reason, Sawyer South is really causing issues right now with some of my physics. So watch my logic physics. Now, I went up to 447 logic physics. Why? Because none of the logic was loaded. Now we're down to 49. All right, so we're lower than we were at the other base. There's something logic-wise here that is causing a slowdown. All right, and so it's not that bad, but like if we look, we have SV environment is at 3 ms, okay? So let's go in the middle of nowhere. So like you can literally look here. So if you act like that person was just ranting, it was pretty much of a useless point to discuss with them because that's not what they were after. But like if you look here, okay, so we're losing physics here. So let's watch what we're doing. So we have idle physics is at 25. That's a lot. That looks like the most. SV environment is at 2.4. We have no missions going, so nothing there. So it looks like idle physics is very high here at this base. So I don't know what idle physics, what that encompasses. But like, let's go over here. And let's see what it does here. So again, way huge on FPS because we're actually haven't loaded anything in. All right, look at idle over here. Idle physics is at 0.0 ms. Okay. So, and then if you look at physics join, which I would think maybe physics join is the multiplayer. It could be because their bodies are in here. I don't know. But idle is at 0 ms. Okay. So at this base, I'm getting no slowdown at all. And it's you know, it has an idle of 0.0 ms. If I go down here, idle is high. All right, so this is what's going on. So this person, like, they didn't have a great PC, and they were talking about getting 8 physics frames. And so my response is, you need a better PC. And people don't want to hear that, but unfortunately, that's the thing, is if you want to play, you know, and you want to play without a lot of slowdown, you need a better PC. You just do. And there's no getting around that, complaining. All right, so idle is real low right now. Let's see if we can get it to ramp up. So this one here, this base, for some reason, gets really laggy. I don't know why. But, like, see right now, idle is not very high. It was at 25. Now it's at 0, and I have no lag. So whatever causes the idle physics is likely what was causing the issue that slowed me down at this base. Because right now, idle physics is 0. So one thing I'm curious is that a global world thing that something spawned in, slowed me down, and now it despawned? Because if you notice, it's at 0. So whatever the idle physics was is gone. So I'm getting 51 frames. You know, I have a i7 3080 Ti. You know, it's, you know, my understanding is it doesn't use multi-core very well. It doesn't really matter what your GPU is. You know, it's more, it does, but, you know, it's more CPU bound for this physics stuff. You know, and so people want to spawn some stuff that is very physics intensive. It has really nothing to do with the way your ship looks. Like, if you had, let's say I took Triton, I took all the logic out of Triton, it would run fine. The reason why Triton slows things down a little bit is because I have an insane amount of logic in there, and it's all stuff I've done. So I don't know, just kind of want to bring that up. That's the whole thing, is like, comparing it to other games doesn't really make much sense, because other games do shortcuts and cheats to make the logic work. We're the engineers here, so if you have a build that's well optimized, it's going to run great. If you have a build that's not well optimized, it's not, you know. And so you got to keep that in mind as well. So there's a shark cage. All right, so I'm going to quickly, I'm trying to keep continuity here, so we'll teleport back up here, and we'll start from this base. Thanks there, Daniel K. Glad you liked it. It was fun testing out everybody's builds. Yep, so a secret flashlight. Exactly. My unpaid employees. All right, so let's go ahead, and I can't save until these guys are gone. So let's see, 6 minutes and 48 seconds here. So we'll get rid of them in a second here. So, like, I just got to, well, I slow down speed-wise, but, like, you can literally come in here and you can check what's causing your issues. And so, like, right there is easy to diagnose. Now, I don't know what idle means. I don't know what is causing idle. Now, one thing that wouldn't surprise me is I teleported in that base. I wonder if a bunch of stuff spawned. And then, I wonder if a bunch of stuff spawned, and then because a bunch of stuff spawned, it is loading in, which goes into idle, and then once it's loaded in, it eventually drops it out of idle. But I don't know. You know, that's something that's interesting. You know, a lot of this stuff, too, it could very well be a game thing that, like, the devs can do nothing about. You know, it very well, at the end of the day, could just be that's how the game is. Or I don't mean the game, the engine. That could very well be an engine issue that we are, at some point you get limited by the engine, the bullet, whatever they're using, and they can't really do anything about it. Like, they'd have to rewrite the entire engine. And they might not even have the rights to do that, you know? Like, a lot of them, you know, you can only do so much rewriting on the engine, you know? So, just some things to keep in mind. All right, let's kill some time while I'm waiting. I'm trying to get them to despawn because I want to get out of this multiplayer and go back to single player. But good to see you, Daniel. Glad you enjoyed the video. We did some cargo. Let's look around the map. Let's first take off no clip so that we can get some close missions. Let's do that. Let's go take a Naparoni. Get a close mission. I just want this timer to run out on them so they despawn. But that makes sense. You know, they were essentially multiplayer entities in my single player game, and now they're gonna die. They're gonna despawn once the timer runs out, and then we'll be good. Like, this is what I'd like for decoration pass. Like, devs could give us these couches. They could give us all of this stuff as spawnable in a world. What is this dude? Who's this? Captain Leroy? Captain Leroy just be dead in here. What does he have on? Is that a backpack? What is this? Is that a backpack? I don't know, man. Oh, it says all players must be sleeping. They're dead. They're in the long sleep. Alright, so it's not going to let me do that. Okay, there we go. No, it's fine. It did let me fast forward. Okay, good. Blue boat has emergency without exact location. Okay, let's go hit that. And then that should give us a little money, and then by the time that's done, we should be good. So, like, I just got a little slowdown. So, again, open it up, see what had happened. Alright, didn't last for long. It was like a momentary slowdown. Likely something loading in the world because I'm back to 51 FPS on Logic. But... you know, that's one thing people need to consider is, like, you know, they don't have a great PC, and they see somebody on YouTube, like, I won't name them, but who like to sync Titanics all day long, and unless you have a really beast PC, there's a reason why the workbench is limited to whatever it is, 51 meters. You know, so like here, this is the workbench. This is the max size workbench, okay? And the first thing you'll do is you'll get people who are new to the game and they ask, oh, I want to launch that Titanic I saw in that video, and how do I do that? And they don't have the PC to be able to launch the thing. So we have a 56 meters is the biggest. There's a reason why the benches are as big or as small as they are, is because that's likely what the game can handle. And if you... you know, if you try to start putting stuff in that the game was not designed for, then there's only one person to blame for when it's not running right. And it's because you chose to make it do something that it wasn't supposed to. Like, look at there. So we got a slowdown as the vehicle spawned in, and now it stabilizes. You know, so... the other thing is, like, you know, we're in charge of optimizing our own builds. Like, I don't optimize any of my own builds because I'm single player. So I don't really, like, care too much about it. And then even like the multiplayer we've been playing, the build doesn't need to be that optimized. I think the biggest problem there is there are those you know, live servers that have way too many people spawning way too much like unoptimized crap, and it looks bad for the game when the game performs poorly because people are abusing it, you know, essentially. You know, and so that's, frankly, I would just put a hard limit on them and be like, up 12 players max. You know, I put a ping kick system on there like Tarkov does. For example, I can't play on a Chinese server because it is, you know, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from me, and so it would put me it would put all the people on that server at a huge disadvantage because of the desync. I would be like 10 paces ahead of where my character looks like, and they'd be shooting at me, and I wouldn't die. And so that's why Tarkov put a ping kick in there, was because people were abusing ping, and so they just kick them, you know. And so, frankly, that's what this game should do, is put a ping kick on there. If you get too high of a ping, boot. You know, go play on a local server, because that's another thing that causes a lot of desync, you know. So a lot of those complaints, you kind of got to take with a grain of salt, of people being like, they're asking the game to do things that it was never intended to do, and they're also, you know, way out of the realm of normal for, you know, ping as well. At 319, where are we heading? What? No. Let's see. We got to put it in first, huh? All right, there we go. 055 is the heading, so we'll head on that. 055. What is that? Is that it? No, that's not. I don't think that's it. That is it. Why is it? Okay, it's on the left side of the... Oh, I dropped my binoculars. I have no binoculares. That be it. No, it said blue fishing boat, right? What did it say? Blue boat have an emergency. I don't think that's it. I think that's the fishing boat. Blue boat's the small one. Yeah, it's just the fishing boat out there fishing. Okay. I might not need the firefighting outfit. Let's go back towards this. I think that's just the fishing boat chilling. You know, some of the slowdowns could be something like that spawning in. Hospital boats spawning in cause that problem. There we go. Alright, so it's around here somewhere. I'll look for it. It says repair propeller and rudder of small Campbell. And that's it. That's it. It's the fishing boat. It's interesting though. What? I'm confused. It still has the search area up, and then this is it moving? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever done this mission. That's why I'm kind of confused. It's moving. That can't be the boat I'm looking for. I don't know, man. It says fishing boat though, so it's kind of got me thrown for it. There we go. So I'm attached to this Johnny. I doubt this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but yeah, I doubt this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but we'll take a look. Nah, I can't be. He's moving around. Can I pick him up? I can't. I was gonna say pick his ass up and throw him in the drink. He can't control the boat anymore. Take a little run around here, see what's in here. Arctic suits. Take one of those things. Still, there's a nice design in here. What else can I screw with on his dash? Lights, lights, lights. Throttle. Okay. See, like this is a pot boat. That would be kind of cool to have, you know, the fishing pots. I think I have done a rescue on this boat before. I don't think this is our mission, but kind of screwing around in here. Oh, there's a firefighting outfit there. Look at that. Just a little bit of piracy. Small bit of piracy here. Oh, this one I remember sucks to get out. Again, it's like, it looks good, but it doesn't function. You can't get in and out of there, and then you get a no-clip. Alright, I do not think it is this one. I'll open this up so it can flood. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder why I got that mission, though. That's weird. Blue boat has an emergency. Let's just go keep looking. Yeah, we're detached. So here, I'll go and just put this on course here. We'll keep looking for this boat. It was weird, though. It gave me that fishing boat thing here. Let's check all these. Let's go off. Weather sucks. See if we can... This is high wind. What is this? What wind is this? That's 83% wind. That's nuts. What's the wind blowing at here? I don't think I have a wind indicator on this one. That's nuts. Nice to get some stormy conditions, though. That's interesting, though. It said blue boat, so it's got to be the smaller blue boat. Can't be that fishing boat. I think that fishing boat's just dicking around, and it just was weird. It popped up. It said repair something, so I wonder if that's from a different mission for that boat, and it kicked it on for some reason. But I didn't see anything that needed to be repaired, and then it didn't show when I looked at the map. Eventually I'll get a radar. I'll make my own radar screen. Then I can put some radar on some of these boats. So like this boat has an anti-fly system, so you can see it speeds up, and then if it comes out of the water, it slows itself down again, like so. Makes it easier to operate. There it is. I see the boat now. Okay. So let's take it off this, and I'll steer over there. Nice little crazy weather is helpful here. Whoa! It's a big wave there. It's nice to have some craft that can handle the really bad weather too. I don't want to cheat, but I'm just gonna... Can't see shit like this, so... Big old waves in here. So hopefully their bodies are about despawned at this point, I'd say, so... It's good to know how to fix it, though. Just gonna boot up a multiplayer game and then decease them, and then probably should be able to save it after this, and then they'll be gone out of the world. I don't know. Leroy though was I think Leroy was dead there the whole time, and he wasn't despawning. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Might have to have them make sure that everybody gets off before I save my game. Alright, it's right up here ahead of us in a second. Alright, you can see them right... Where the hell were they? I just saw them. Did they go under? Crap. Did my mission go under? No, it's right ahead of me. Okay. Trying to get this mission done here. Could go to military base to get rid of these people, but the problem is the... Yeah, actually, it's the same as if we go to the other one. We'll go to military base to go to the hospital and dump these people off. I was going to say, there's no place for me to get rid of the boat, but can't get rid of the boat at the other place either, so doesn't matter. Could go to Sawyer North and then drive them off. Could be something to do. Alright, I'm going to drop the anchor. Okay, that is the Campbell right there. It does say Campbell on it. This is pretty deep. I don't think we're going to be able to set the anchor here. Anyway. Alright, let's put that up. Let's get a diving suit on. Let's get rid of this winter bullshit and put that diving suit on. Gotta get these people. Yeehaw. Yee and haw. Oh, I should have waited. I should have waited. I went up the ladder as it was crashing back into the water. Probably drowning my buddy here on my back, my little lemur. There we go. Get in there, you ding. Alright, good. A little bit of surfing here. Hey, buddies! They're all pirates, too. All have eye patches. Frigio does pretty well in the weather. You can pretty much take it out in any weather. 80-something% is pretty ridiculous for wind. It has no problem. Hey, look at that. That ship's all screwed up. The fish are out, though. Hopefully nobody's on board because I don't have to deal with that. But if there was a fire, I might have to repair something in that boat. See, like, this is a mission for taking out Tethies. You know, like, Tethies could easily sit here in the waves and then send off parasite craft. What is that? Oh, fish. I was afraid there's a person deep under there. All right, how many people? 3. Okay, so I have 3 in. Damaged. repair critical damage to the vehicle. Okay, so I gotta repair critical damage. So it did, that was the mission. It did pop in. Let's repair critical damage. What did it say to the engine? To the vehicle. I hate it when it says to the vehicle because I don't know what kind of torch to take with me. Underwater or regular. Let's take a regular welding torch. I guarantee it'll be the other one because of that. Go repair this, get our little bit of money. We have a diving suit, so that way we can go underwater and repair the sucker. Oh, that's fun. A little bit of ride with the NPC. That's funny. All right, let's see where the damage is. Up right there. Look at it. That would have been underwater, but now it's upside down, so I should hopefully be able to do it. Get on the deck, you dongus. There we go. Look at that. 2 grand. So, that boat's got bigger problems than a little bit of damage on it. That's fun with these waves. It's a little bit of a different environment. I'll go up to military. I might have to set the anchor at military because they'll just bang against the dock the whole time, which is not ideal. I'll swim these bad Johnnies off. There we go. Look at that. Well done. Okay, let's go ahead and put that away. People are going to be puking all over my boat. Not my favorite. We'll head up for military base. Put it on anchor, and then we'll just have these people swim with me, and we'll get them to the hospital. Does a pretty good job in these waves. All right, let's set a course here. So I want to come up on this side of the island. So let's let it follow itself in there. So the way the anchor works is actually pretty good for this sort of stuff. You know, when it's either going up or down, the mag all shuts off, and when it's in the intermediary position, the mag all comes on. So that's how I was able to attach the boat. We just bump up against it, then, you know, quickly up down the winch, and it will grab onto the boat. Yeehaw. But yeah, like, this is the thing, like, people, you know, new players especially will get all frustrated where their boat's flipping over. It's like, follows the stability tutorials. I'm going to put out a new one just to, I like to try to keep some fresh tutorials going, but some, like, one is inherent stability, and then you have, like, your stabilizers. Like, you have a well-stabilized boat, even when it gets like this, you know, it's having no problem, you know. You know, like Aaron was saying, when the wind catches the rudders, it will flip it a little bit because the rudders can be used in both, you know, in the air and the water. So, well, that's pretty nasty wind, you know, 84. At least I'm just glad that Military Island is like we're going right into the wind, because if it was off a little bit, we'd be rocking and rolling like crazy. And having some sort of autopilot, like just a simple heading hold like this, is helpful, just to be able to kind of chill out and let it do. Hopefully their carcasses despawn. That's what I'm hoping for. Nice. My Tarkov video's taken off. That's good. Both of them. Nice. Sometimes the Tarkov videos are absolutely brutal at trying to get them to take off. Sometimes they take off, sometimes they don't. It's quite annoying. I'll bring up one of the Tarkov videos. I played one raid this morning and got 2 clips out of it, which was nice. Sometimes you know, Can't get any good videos out of it. They must have upped the scav difficulty because the scavs were brutal the other day. They really were. It was pretty miserable. Like, I got killed with a pistol from 100 meters away on the roof. I'm like, what the hell? By a scav first shot, you know. Yeah. Here, I'll bring this up for now. It'll start over. You can't really hear it. I'd have to up the music volume too if I upped them both at once, but this one was good. This one I was sniping and I saw the guy in the corner of my eye. And then perfect grenade. It was perfect. This guy was fat. He had a lot of loots. I just go loot him and get out, but grenade blew up right behind him and got him in the back. Beautiful. Let's see. Check my other one that I had that was good. That was from this one. This one you can't really get the effect because it was this one was the guy starts shooting the grenade launcher there, and it tap him out really quick to make him be quiet. Good when Tarkov's good. When Tarkov's not good, it's frustrating as hell. Let's catch some chat here. What did I miss? Alright, we'll see you later there. Citrus, good to see you. Would you think that glide physics would be a worthy update? No. No. Most airplanes don't glide, and most players who play stormworks don't know what gliding is like. You know, that's kind of the thing with it too, is it's like, you know, a lot of players, I keep seeing their commentary on how airplanes should be, and as somebody who has, you know, I've got about 3,000 hours, most of it in jets, and I just don't understand like some of the commentary on it. So do I think it's really worthwhile? No. What happened there? How did I tip over there? Oh, the rudders, probably the wind blew me over. I'm getting tipped back over here. Stand by. With the cabin closed and full of air, it should eventually tip back over. There we go. It is inherently stable, so it should. All right, good. But no, I don't think... Like, what would be the point of it? That's the thing. Like, legitimately, like, I ran out of fuel the other day on stream, and I was flying my ultralight, and I was right about here. And I glided from here to the shore. Maybe a hair closer. I don't understand, like... People, for some reason, think that you glide all the time in an airplane. You don't. Like, even when the engine is at idle, it's producing thrust. Like, you have idle thrust. And so, like, you know, most of the time, you don't pull your throttle all the way back, or your thrust levers all the way back. Most of the time, you have them somewhat up. And so, it really, like, you don't glide almost ever in an airplane. So I just, like, I see this, and it's, you know, I don't get, like, what's the benefit of that for the gameplay. I just don't. Like, you know, I'm not opposed to it if it would have some, like, good gameplay benefit, but I don't really, like, see it having much of a gameplay benefit to have a ton of gliding. I just don't. Like, would it be cool to have gliders? Sure, but, like, then you're going to need a tow plane, so I could see that would be kind of fun and cool. But, like, you know, I don't know what the benefit of, like, having better gliding would do. You know, I don't. And so it's like, you know, I try to think of, like, from an efficiency standpoint of what the devs spending time on is, like, is that their best use of their time to completely rewrite the way the physics works so that, you know, a small number of people at a small period of time can glide, you know. You know, if you lose both engines, it drops like a friggin' stone. Like, you have to be right over the airport to get back if you lose both engines. You know, or one engine if you have one engine. If you lose all of your engines, let's put it that way. Where's the other guy? Oh my god, he's not following. Let's get these two donkeys. No, I don't want to get these donkeys here. Let's get this asshole who wouldn't follow me. Yeah, so, like, it's incredibly rare. You would... And when you do lose both engines, like, say, in a jet, you are dropping like a friggin' rock. Now, people will talk about, oh, yeah, you have this great glide distance. You do, but the thing is, you're going... you know, you're going hundreds of knots. You know, if you're in an airliner, you could be going probably 400, 500, 600 knots ground speed. So your airspeed, would be probably 320 around there. And then, so you figure with that kind of momentum, you're going to go to your best glide speed, which I forget what it was in the 145. It's probably 2 something. So you're going to be going 200 something knots best glide. And then the reason why you can go a long distance is you're at like 37,000 feet. And so, like, say you can go 1.5 miles per 1,000 feet. Yeah, you can go 60 miles. Okay. But one, you're not going to be up. Most people are never going up that high in game. I do, but a lot of people, like, they never go up very high in game. And so you can't expect them to ever, like, have much of a glide distance. So they're probably at 1,000 feet. So you figure in a jet, yeah, they might be able to go 1.5 miles if they're going fast. And you can do it in game. You can do it in game with the fin glitch. So you can do a negative, I think, value on the fins, and you can make planes glide. But so you can do it if you wanted to, but I just don't see enough value in it to really screw around with it, like to rewrite the physics. And then, people did nothing but complain and cry after the pressure update. I say this as a generalization. The people who did complain and cry made a huge deal of it. Like, literally, there were death threats after the pressure update. And so I don't think the devs have much desire to be doing massive changes. Like, the community a big part of the community has shown that they can't, they can't tolerate it. They can't take it. They can't. They're inflexible to a level that would make a big change to physics something that they would just complain about. And the devs are probably like, screw it. We're not going to make big changes because, we got death threats last time. It's not worth it. We'll just give parts and we'll do small changes. Which is sad. But that's probably, if I were them, that's what I would do, because it's just, portions of the community have demonstrated that they're not mature enough to deal with it. You still have people on almost like definitely on a weekly basis asking, how can I revert my game back pre-pressure? They want to use an old version of the game because they just don't want to learn new mechanics. And the mechanics for pressurization is really not that hard to learn. I've done a bunch of tutorials to try to help people learn it. It really isn't that hard to learn, yet, you get people who they don't even want to learn the new mechanics. You got a lot of the big population of the people who play this game don't build anything. They just download stuff off the workshop. And so when a game change happens, they're often that loud voice, that loud minority that are like, oh, change the game back, change the game back. It's because they don't know how to fix it. It's probably like a 10-minute fix. Like I fixed a bunch of my builds recently. Most of my builds work perfectly. I haven't changed any of my old builds. I boot them right up and they work fine. But every once in a while there'll be a build where, you start getting a vacuum in the tanks. I have to, literally that takes less than a minute to fix. So, I would say the devs probably have a little stomach for going back and making big changes like that. And for good reason, is that part of the community has shown they can't, they're not mature enough for it, frankly. I don't think it's the majority by any stretch of the imagination. These fucking people here are driving me nuts. But you get on me so I can actually get you guys back to shore. But yeah, so I don't think they'll do anything big like that, especially something as minor as like so you can glide better, it's also a case of be careful what you wish for. Like some of those same people who complain like that they'll make it more realistic, and then they'll be like, oh my god, I can't figure this out. And it's like, yeah, because reality is complicated. And, so they'll have issues with that. So it's like, this could be a one-to-one aerodynamic simulation, and I would say, 1% of the player base could make an airplane that would actually work. Because they just don't have the background. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just the case. Is most people have never flown a plane before. Most people have never, taken any courses in aerodynamics. And so it's sometimes I hear some of the comments about aerodynamics, and it's like, they don't know anything. And so now you want them to be able to build something. It has to be simplified. You know, it's some of those people will complain that, oh, you know, you don't even need wings, you only need control surfaces and engines. That's so stupid. No, it isn't. It's perfect, because if you want to make a C-130 with a swept C-130 with a nice flat straight wing, you can. If you want to make a C-17 with a big swept wing, you can. If you want to make a Viggen with a delta wing, you can, and it will still fly in game with a very limited shit. Did this dickhead die? A very limited knowledge about how to do anything, you know, because you don't have to worry too much about that aerodynamics. The problem is you start getting really realistic aerodynamics, you're going to have to build your jets incredibly precisely to get them to work. You know, and that's the thing that I think a lot of these people don't realize is they're going to have to spend, you know, weeks and months learning the physics to be able to get any of this stuff to work. And, you know, I don't think they're the type of people who want to do that. You know, they're looking for the easy, quick fix, and that's what we have is kind of simplified. Okay, put on some control surfaces, you get some control. Put on an engine, you get some thrust. You know, so it's already super simplified. You know, and so you got to come to a balancing point where where you know a certain number of people can still play the game, and that, you know, and so it has to be simplified. You know, like some of this pressurization stuff is so easy to fix. Like for you as a player to go in and fix your build so it works. And you'll get people who are like, just roll back the save, it's impossible. Like, you know, how many times did I get told it was impossible to do fractioning? So I come out with a tutorial showing people how to do fraction. You know, and then they say, oh, Steam is broken, Steam is broken. I come out with a tutorial series showing that no, Steam's fine. You know, and it's now imagine if things were even more complicated and harder, like the what we'd be dealing with then, you know, because people will quickly assume that the game is broken, where no, their understanding of the mechanics is broken, and it's understandable. But the first thing you need to do is say it's probably something I did, and then calmly go and ask for help, you know. And that's, some people won't do that. They'll assume it's the game, and then they'll just go rant. You know, I've seen so many posts on Reddit and all these other places where people are still like, Steam's still broken. No, it isn't. It literally hasn't been broken for months. But because somebody else parroted Steam's broken, that person parrots Steam's broken. You know, and so then that becomes one of the refrains. And so people say, oh, the game is so broken. It isn't. Like, you see me play every day. You see all my stuff work. The game's not broken. It works fine. It's just that a lot of people don't understand things, and they need to go watch a tutorial instead of spending their time on Reddit complaining, you know? That's why it kind of annoys me a little bit when people do that. But I know I got ranty on that one. But but that's why, is it's just like I talked about before. My fear is that devs are going to be like, oh, you know what? We'll just make the game easy. And that's what I really don't want them to do. Is there's a good balance where it's simplified, but it's still a complex engineering game, and the complexity allows us to build some really cool stuff. And I'm afraid they're just going to say, screw it. We're getting so much hate press. Let's just friggin' make it simplified. And I really don't want them to do that. I really want them to, you know, kind of keep the game what it's supposed to be. I've heard of single-player Tarkov, but I have no interest in it. I would just play offline raids if I want to do that. You know, I want to play multiplayer Tarkov. You know, like I could go play offline raids, but you know, I never do. You know, for me, the multiplayer element of Tarkov is what's cool. You know, the part of Tarkov that's great is like, some people have asked for like singles-only lobbies, and Nikita said no, and I'm glad he says no, because like the thing with Tarkov is like, you could spawn as a solo next to a 5-man and you could kill 3 of them and get out, or you could die instantly, and the unknown is a really cool factor in Tarkov. I really like it, you know. So it just doesn't interest me that. Let's see. I was reading some chat. Let me see. Try to catch up. Trying to rescue them, the ding-dongs. Here's another question. What's an update you'd like to see that's not a bug fix like gameplay mechanic? Let's see. There's a bunch of them that I would like. I'm trying to think of probably what my top is. Probably top for me would be, I would like a logistics update. And I've talked about it a little bit. So, like, I would love to see, for example, a standardized airplane cargo can and pallet system. So you'd have a pallet. I already made some pallets myself. And so you'd have pallets. And then those pallets could either be cargo cans. They could be, say, a pallet of spools, whatever it might be. And so that would give you an incentive to go via airplane. Like, there's a bunch of things I'd like to see, but, like, the airplane stuff is super neglected as far as I'm concerned. So I'd like to see that. And then I would love to see, like, the devs could do it super simple, which is, I think, the way they should do it. For example, you should get a mission at O'Neill. Transport one passenger and their cargo to Harrison. Okay, so let's say it's a short flight, and so it's one person, and they have one of those boxes. We already get these missions, but they're always helicopter or VTOL based. So it would be like, take the person from this island to this island. And so because they're on tiny little islands, you have to use a helicopter. And so I'd like the same mission. All the devs have to code it in is so that it goes from O'Neill to Harrison, to Tajin, to FJ, to Dremore, to this one here, whatever this one's called, up to Tajin. And so that way you would get a mission for a passenger in their cargo box. Sometimes you get 4 passengers. Sometimes you would get a pallet. And so, like, say you get a pallet, right? And so you have to get a forklift out. So you go over to O'Neill. You've got a mission to take 5 pallets from O'Neill to Tajin, say. And so you would go and you would spawn your forklift. You'd pick up the pallet, load it in an airplane. Pallet, airplane, airplane, airplane. Go put your forklift away, get in the airplane, and fly up to Tajin. That would be something I would really like to see. I would like to see them do more cargo like that where, again, by having a standardized pallet, you would then be able to put them on trucks. So same thing, let's say you have, we need you to take a pallet, let's say take 10 pallets from FJ Warner to JSI. Okay, so you have 2 options. You could either spawn it, put it on a boat, or you could put it on a truck. So on that one, you'd say, okay, well, let's load the pallets on a truck. Or if you want to use an off-field airplane, be my guest. You want to use a helicopter, be my guest. But, you know, you just have to get them from here to there. And so this one has no runway, so you're probably not going to take a plane, but you could take a truck. You could take a, you could take a boat if you wanted. What the hell's going on here? Why am I upside down? Shit, this is not good. I forgot to shut the door. Christ, I'm dying here. Get out! Can't hit the button. What the friggin' frack happened there? If the door is open in this, it does not, I can't, it won't flip back up. If the door is open, it's full of water, it will never right itself. So I gotta open the door, which is what I was trying to do, and I was getting pushed around too much. God damn it, this is annoying. Alright, we're gonna swim into military. I have to deal with this boat at some point. That would give me a good something. It's because I left the door open. If I didn't leave the door open, this would... What is going on with... Look at the clouds. What is this? Why are we rotating so fast? Oh my god. Is that how fast the world normally goes? Oh, night duration's set low. I meant to set the night duration high. That's why. Night was moving super fast. Let's maybe put it at 50. It goes to 60, so let's go to 30. That's better. It was like, why is the night going so fast? Alright, so this might right itself. It might not. So let's just go in a military base. But that's a big thing I would like to see is, we'll see you later, Amanda. That's a big thing I would like to see is a logistics update. Like, there's a lot they could do with that. They could do passenger transport missions. They could do cargo pallets, which could either go on truck. Like, that's the thing with intermodal. Intermodal goes on different stuff. So you do carry pallets on trucks. That would be really cool. I'd like to see some industry where they... For example, if you bring steel to a factory, it makes I-beams, and then the I-beams are about, I don't know, 20 feet long, so you can fit 2 stacks of I-beams on a trailer. Any of that stuff that gives you some more incentive to build cool stuff. and then transport around. I'd like to see a farming update where, for example, I've talked about before, where like you somehow can attract a cow, kind of like in Minecraft, and you make a trailer to transport cows or bison, pigs. There are pigs in game. So you go around the world, you find them, and you attract them into your trailer, and then once you bring them into your farmstead, which would be one of the static vehicle workbenches, once you put them in your farmstead, if they're within range of each other, they'll reproduce, and then you can sell off your excess. Cows will produce milk that you can sell off. So something like that. You know, I hear, it's funny, I hear the community that poo-poos it of, oh, this is supposed to be a search and rescue game. This is a building game. You know, and the same community will complain that the search and rescue isn't great. Well, it's like, one, I don't know what else you want to add. There are sinking ships. There are burning vehicles. There are things on fire like oil rigs. I really just don't understand what else they would want added to the game. So that really doesn't make any sense to me. But then it's, you know, it's like the game is a building game. The best part about this game is a building game, and so you're only going to attract so many people with search and rescue only. And the reason the game stays alive is you've got people who never do a single search and rescue mission, but they build cool stuff. You know, and if you give them some things to do with their cool stuff, like mining or, you know, to do oil trading, you know, then they have some things to do, and so that's kind of like the whole point of the game, frankly. I'm hoping I can see. I can't fast forward time because they're still in game. I'm gonna have to roll back this save. I'm gonna go and save this. I'll probably just jump off. Let me finish up chat. I'm frustrated with this, with not being able to get rid of all those dead bodies here. Let me get out of here and let me play with this world. I'm going to try to see if I can salvage this. So here, let's override the weather. All right, let's override the time. I'm going to go check on them and see if their bodies have despawned, because I'm going to have to roll back the save if I can't get rid of those bodies. So I got to be real careful next time I do a multiplayer to like make sure that they're not stuck in the world, because it's making it so I can't fast forward by sleeping. So yeah, like see, I can't get rid of them. See, it thinks they're still in game, and I can't kick them. So let's try to kick one. Yeah, see, I get no message on it. Let me read a little bit of chat here. I'm probably just going to jump off. Yeah, but that's what I would like them to do. That's alright. I should have closed down the game better. I didn't. Let me see if the other bodies are gone. Yeah, see, they're all here. I don't know why it won't let me boot the bodies out of the world. Let me try something here. Let's save it real quick. What's today's date? 18. Let's play with the save, see if I can fix it. All right, let's see. I like to figure this out, so let's see. All right. Now player's gonna come up. All right, let's see. Here's Citrus right here. All right, object type 1. Character pure ID 3. Type 1, pseudo health 0, pseudo oxygen 0, pseudo dryness. Incapacitated ticks. Character outfit. Survivor discovered true. Time alive, okay. Try to see if I can somehow boot them. So let's see. See if I can find that line again. I'm trying to see if there's something in the line here. Okay, character network pure ID. Let's search for that. All right, here is who's that? Captain Leroy's 5. So I'm curious if I can just boot them out this way. Let's test it. So I'm trying to find where the end of this line is for Leroy. Okay. There's Leroy. There's 2. There's 1. Pure ID 1. So object. Let's see. To be on the object close, and 5 is Leroy, which is the last one. Character pure ID 5. That's Leroy right there. So we want to go to object. Who is this one? Okay, so that's probably me. Steam ID 1, I'd say, is me. So let's delete that out. And, oh, come on, go where you're supposed to here. There we go. Okay, let's save this as. See if I can rename this. Okay. I just did scene backup, didn't I? It doesn't matter. I'll save over it and we'll open it. See if I can open this and see if they get booted. Alright, I'm gonna try open it as a solo and see what happens. Yeah, what I should have done is had make sure all you guys got out before, but you know, Leroy was having connection problems anyways, so I don't know if I could, but let's try this one. See what happens. Curious if there's a command to get rid of them, but I did a quick search and I couldn't find it. I'll do some searching and see if there's a way to actively boot them off, because I tried doing the kick player and it won't. It's not working for some reason. Yeah, maybe I have the kick command wrong. I don't know. But there's got to be a way to do it. Like if you run a big server with random people, you want to be able to kick them, boot them. Let's see. Are these donkeys gone? I think the donkeys are gone. Okay, I think they're gone. Let's see if I can sleep in a bed. So that might work. So let's... Come on. Sorry, using one hand and... Can't operate here. Alright, so, yep. What is this bag? Is this... That bag's always there, I guess. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's try it now. Okay, good, that worked. Alright, so we're all set. Not a big deal. I just have to delete out the characters. So that works out. So if you ever run into that problem, let me bring up the other one and you guys can see what it looks like. So, so this was a scene backup that I made. If you click on that one, if we look for, I just typed in CITR for Citrus and find next, and it will have their character name right here. So right here, Citrus. And if you look for their character ID right here, he's ID 3. So we went up to ID 5. Right here is ID 5. That is Captain Leroy. And so then I went to here. And then I deleted out all of the characters that were not me, essentially. And then that was that got rid of them all. So that's a way to do it if you need to. But it's not ideal, but it's if you do run into that problem. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues, but not a big deal. So, let's see. I think I'm going to take a break here. Yeah, I think I'll take a break here. So let's go ahead. I worked 12 hours on the video yesterday. So, kind of keep it a little bit shorter today. But I hope you guys watched that video. It was good. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all the participants. A lot of fun. Really great builds there. Next one is going to be a flying challenge. So, haven't really thought about that yet. We'll figure it out. But thank you to Side Mountain, Connor Boyle, Danny, Sergeant Chaos, Aaron Pearsall, Rasmus Johnson, Amanda, Citrus, Anton Anderson for being members. Thank you to Chicken Store for being a patron. If you guys are interested in any of that, you can go ahead and check the description below. If you guys are new and enjoyed, please consider subscribing. And stand by. I'm just trying to read some chat real quick. And if you like the video, And if you guys would watch that challenge video. That one takes a long time to make. I'd appreciate you guys if you'd watch it, and if you like it, like it. Let's see, is it possible to bring back simple mode from betas for the player base? I don't know what that means, but all right, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.